All right, we're live. Hi, everyone, and thank you for joining us again. So today I have with me Saloni and Augustine, who's going to talk to us about something that you've been asking a lot about, mentors. So before we do that, I'll pass on to Saloni, who's going to share some details with us.
Yeah, sure. Hi, everybody. Thanks for joining. We are very excited. It's 11th of June, and it's the official launch of Travel Scrum and the hackathon. And we are very, very overwhelmed with all the responses that we have been getting. We were a bit skeptical in the beginning about how the response would be, but this morning when I woke up, I opened Dev Post, I opened Slack. I can see just so much engagement happening, so many more ideas submitted. So we are extremely thrilled for this launch and for to go through all your ideas. We are here to take all your questions as usual. We'll cover mentoring. We'll cover a bit about the launch ceremony after the mentoring session. And we will also answer some of the questions which are being repeatedly asked on Slack and all your questions over here. So I think that's it
Thanks,
from me.
Saloni.
Keep typing your questions and probably pass it on to Augustine now.
Okay, sure.
Then
So
I
here we
will.
go, Augustine. This is all yours now, and we
Thank
will
you
be
very
here.
much. Hi, everyone. So I just wanted to give you a quick update on the mentor side of things and how we're dealing with the process. So we have a lot of mentors, so we're pretty lucky. We had around 70 attending the two workshops yesterday, giving them some instructions about the structure of a hack. A lot of them come from their executive in the travel industry. Some of them are technical, some of them are more business persons. So we have a good mix. And the way we are attributing the mentors to the teams depend on your projects. So we have a lot of projects that have been submitted overnight, so that's fantastic. But I encourage you to put your projects on DevPost, because that's only when we can know exactly what you're doing and try to help you by matching the best mentor possible within the pool that we have. So that's something to know. Now, the second thing I wanted to show you is a quick slide to explain to you what is expected from the mentors in relation to you participants for each team, really. And it's quite simple. There's a lot of, there's a bit of training before, involvement after, but during the hack, it boils down to a daily checkpoint, and then they have to give us feedback on your progress. So the checkpoint, we really recommend it. You can have one or two a day, but they're not mandatory, just to be clear. And so the way we're going to organize them is as soon as you've posted your project and
Augustine, sorry to cut you off. You were going to share the slide? Do you want to share it? Thank you.
oh, absolutely. Let me just have a
No worries. Happens to me all the time. Don't worry.
All right. Thank you very much, Dixa.
Thank
It's
you.
going to be a lot clearer this week. So if people can actually what I'm talking about now, on Friday the 12th is the first, so tomorrow is the first checkpoint. We have one every day. Tomorrow, as soon as the team is attributed, so your project is submitted, we can attribute a mentor or two mentors to you. Then you will get contacted on Slack. The team lead will get contacted to schedule the free daily checkpoints, and that they get scheduled from the beginning so that we're sure that you can work on the rest of your project and not worry about that. So what we expect to be discussed and what you can expect to be discussed in those checkpoints is initially really looking at your ID and what problem it solves, what the solution is going to solve of the problem, and what is maybe not going to be solved yet, because 3 days is a short time. If you attributed the roles in the team, we know who's doing front end, back end, who's doing more of a business side, and so on and so forth. And if there is a commercial validation, meaning there is a market for it, there isn't an existing solution that does the same thing on the market. And also check that you're respecting the submission rules, because as a reminder, you cannot submit something that has been submitted to a previous hackathon. And even though you can use a pre-existing ID, you will not get credit or points for the part that has been done prior to the hackathon. So that's really, it's not a lot of rules, but those are the rules for submission. And then daily feedback that we are going to get. We have a lead mentor per region, and together with the org team that's on this call, we're going to collect information about your progress. And then the two next checkpoints really are more about giving you about getting a status update from you, seeing if you're stuck somewhere, whether it's something that you're missing as a skill in the team, whether it's a technical problem or just a human problem because you're not finding the way to go forward in terms of project management, for example. And then remind you also that the last checkpoint will be the same thing, but we expect to see, or the mentor expects to see, a functional demo, and that means that you need to make sure that it's ready when the team lead does go to speak to the mentor on the last day, on Sunday. On Sunday, the mentor will check with you that you're meeting the submission requirements on top of the project, which is a video pitch on YouTube, on our YouTube channel, and a text pitch on DevPost. So that needs to be done, and just help you a little bit to see if you need to drop things or change your priorities a bit. And that's pretty much the end of the involvement of the mentors, as directly with you. So that's it, really. That's what I wanted to share about the mentor process. We'll be assigning them again as you guys post your projects. So that's, if you want to mentor faster, then you need to post your project sooner.
Thank you, Augustine. That was great. All the insights via the mentors. I know people had a lot of questions when it came to mentors. So if you have questions, guys, just post it here, and Augustine would be here with us to help address any of those questions. So while we wait for you guys to post your questions, we can talk about something exciting that's happening today, and that's our launch. We're really excited, and we have exciting news about goodies that you guys will be winning. So our launch happens at 2 p.m. UTC today. So please do join us. We've shared the links. We'll be live on YouTube and Facebook. We have sent all the details to you guys. And now Saloni is currently sharing about the agenda of what we're going to cover. So I'll pass on to you, Saloni.
Okay, sure. Thanks, Shiksha. And we really want all of you to join us in the launch ceremony where we talk about how the whole idea of Travel Scrum came about together. So we will have Florian and Jean, the two co-founders of Travel Scrum, talk briefly about what inspired them to come up with Travel Scrum and why they feel that giving back to the industry at this point is extremely important. After that, we have two panel discussions. The first one, we have Olga Gomez. She's from the Inter-American Development Bank, and she has experience in this particular industry. So she talks about the current state of the travel and tourism industry. It's going to be very insightful. She's a great speaker, so it will be great to have all of you there. And after that, we'll have a short break. It's probably because we need to manage our green room and everything. But after that, we'll have another panel discussion, which talks about a view from the field, people who are in the industry and the organizations, how are they coping up with what's happening and what do they think it's going to be the future. So it's great for if all of you could join, and it's also a very good place to look for ideas. If you are still thinking of ideas, or even if you have an idea and you want to refine something in your idea, do join in, listen to what everybody has to say over there in the panel. And after that is when we officially start the hack. And that's when, as Augustine was saying, mentors get allocated. You can start coding. You can still keep looking for teams. You can still think of ideas because the idea submission is open until midnight UTC. So if you are still looking for an idea after the opening ceremony, that's fine. We have enough time after that as well for you to submit the ideas.
Perfect. Thanks, Saloni. So yeah, we are really looking forward, and we're really excited that everything's going to start now. We have actually, I wanted to share with you today that we have quite a multicultural team. So I'm from Mauritius, by the way, but I'm based in Germany. I've moved here last year, so I've been in Germany. And I know before this, I was living in Singapore, living and working in Singapore, and that's how I know Saloni. So Saloni, she's from India, but she's also based in Singapore for quite a number of years. And we have Augustine, who is French, but he's currently based in Scotland. So if you guys want to share with us where you're based, from, and what's your background, we're happy to hear from you, and of course answer any questions.
And yesterday we had two people sharing pictures of their offices. So Leo and Thiago shared the pictures. It was quite exciting to see how everybody is working. So our social media challenge is still going on. Please share pictures of your home office with us. You can see where are we working over here. We have done a lot of modifications to where we sit in the past 4 days just to make it look better on camera. So we would love to see where you are. So we have a question, and maybe we can take that up. And I think a lot of people on Slack are also asking this question. The question is that how do you post your project on DevPost? Uh, Shiksha, do you want to share your screen and we
Yeah,
can
sure.
just
Let
show
me do that.
people the get started part of it?
Yeah, just give me 1 minute. Yeah, I'll share
Yeah.
my screen.
And while Shiksha shares her screen, I would say that the ideas you submit right now should not be full projects. We just want ideas from you. We don't want projects. Project is something you will be building through the course of the next 3 days. And what you submit right now can be modified at any given time. So when you submit the final project is when everything is expected to be there. Right now it's bare minimum. We just need to get 140 words.
Okay, so can you guys see my screen?
Yeah.
Okay, perfect. So yeah, so idea submission happens on DevPost. We have shared all the resources. The links are at the bottom. The website is travelscrumhackathon.devpost.com. So again, before we get there, you can see the details. We have almost 400 participants, rules, submissions, everything is here. So to submit your idea, just click here. Just click on Get Started. And then you just have to add a new project. So you just add the project here. You can call it, I'll just put test because I'm not going to submit, just to show you. Okay, just wait for this to confirm and then save and continue. So this is the page where you detail your idea further. Here's where you put your elevator pitch, about 200 characters. Sections about it's built with these sections. If you don't have the details, that's fine. It's not mandatory. You can leave it empty right now because you can edit this submission at a later stage. If you have a picture already, a graphic ready, you can add it. Okay, and this is the important part. Like I mentioned, the idea has to be submitted by the team leader only. So teams, again, can be from 1 to maximum 6 people. You could be working individually. So if you're working individually, you don't have to invite anybody, of course. If you have team members, then please invite them here. So you can add them, you can send the invite, but please note that you have to have these people already registered in DevPost to be able to invite them. And here you write the brief of about 140 words max, or if you want to elaborate a bit further, you're welcome. But it does not have to be very detailed, or if the idea is still in the ideation process, we totally understand that. So you guys don't worry. Work on your idea, and it may happen that you have a good idea now, but after speaking to your mentor and once you start fully dedicating time on it today and tomorrow, your idea might change. So you have up to the last minute to change things here. Yeah. And if you have an image gallery, you can add it here, and any demo, video demo, anything, and then you can
Yeah,
click save.
especially and also even if it changes a bit, if we can know the industry and the type of skills that would help you, and those don't change completely, that will help us give you a more suitable mentor.
Yes, so yeah, like you're mentioning, Augustine, we don't expect it to be a very big change. I think it will be very hard for yourself to manage if you go to something completely new, but that's fine. You're welcome. And like we said, we had a team of mentors. Augustine has done quite a great job matching mentors to projects. And we will be working around the clock actually today and until tomorrow. So tomorrow, 12, Friday, 12. 11:59 UTC time. We'll be working to assign mentors. So we hope that you do submit your ideas way before that, because it just makes it easier for us to guide you, and you save a lot of time to start this hackathon. But we understand you might still be brainstorming on the idea. Just submit it there. We'll help you assign your mentor. Once you can touch base with your mentor on your first checkpoint, I think it will give you a lot of clarity on what you're doing. Yeah. So we have some people. If you have some comments, we have Mark Phillips. Hi, Mark. Mm, great to have you. So Mark is an OC based in France. That's nice, close to me and Augustine, I guess. So Mark, we hope that you've submitted your project and you're good to go. And we have Richard Taylor. Good morning. Okay, yeah, of course,
Richard is
across
from
time
the
zone.
Travel Industry Hub, and he's been helping us a lot in Australia.
Okay, perfect.
Yeah, good to have you, Richard.
Okay, we have Odette as well. Hi, Odette. Can't wait to see which ideas will spring to your minds. Yeah, we are all looking forward to that, actually. We have gotten over 30 projects, or should I say ideas already submitted, and
Yes.
they all look pretty exciting. So the content is there, and with 400, almost 400 participants, yeah, we're looking forward to this as much as
I
you
would
guys are.
just add,
Yes.
so if somebody is looking for ideas, and even if you're not specifically looking for ideas, if you just want to understand a little more on the industry and what's happening around in the industry, on our YouTube channel, which is called Travel Scrum, you can see a lot of industry insights. So all our mentors have created videos. They have shared over there what they feel is the biggest challenge from their industry, and it will be very good if you go through them. You will learn a lot. I learned a lot from what the industry is really looking at and what kind of solutions they want to focus in the future. So it might be helpful for you to refine your idea or come up with a new idea. So do go and take a look on that as well.
Okay,
So
thank you,
Mark is saying he's
Saloni.
from non-zone. Mark, that's great. I have been speaking to Alex, and I know you guys are really proactive and working hard on your project. So brilliant. We are looking forward to see what you have.
Yes, and all the best to start the work once we have our launch today. And yes, we hope to see you guys, the full team, join our launch later on. If you haven't, please share with your teams to be there. Augustine, would you have in closing words? I guess we are pretty much done today for today.
Yes.
Oh yeah,
I think
looking
we're
forward to the hack really.
So a lot of questions are coming on Slack. So yes, we will be there. Um, I just want to cover two things from on Slack. So if you're still not on Slack, please join over there, because that's where we are assigning mentors. That's where a lot of mentors are already quite active, and they're giving insights on ideas which people are sharing. So do go there and join Slack. Some people are saying they're still looking for team. You can keep looking for a team, and you can also look for a team after the hackathon starts. So it's not that if you have 3 members right now and you start with 3, you can still become 5 by the end of the hackathon. So there is no limit on time. And on Slack, please use the right display name. Please put your region along with your name, because that helps us identify which region you are from and assign the mentors best suited for your time zone.
That's perfect. So I guess we've had it covered, and we will be round the clock on Slack. On that post, you'll be hearing a lot from us. Last thing that I do need to mention, we have set up some time. I believe it's 12:30 p.m. UTC on all 3 days. So Friday, Saturday, Sunday, we'll have a 30 minutes Q&A, because we do know once we start, the questions will start coming in. So if you all can't join, that's perfectly fine, because you're all working on the project. So if you have your team lead join the session every day, then you can have all those questions asked through them, and we are happy to answer them. So wishing all of you all the best, and we'll see you at the launch.
Bye,
Okay.
see you.
So goodbye,
Yeah.
everyone.